What's up, lovely people? I hope you are doing amazing. Well, as you all know that the 6th edition of the biggest motorcycling festival in India, the India Bike Week, recently concluded earlier this month, and it was raining motorcycles in Goa. So I thought, why not take a closer look at all the motorcycles one by one. So the next 5 videos, including this one, will be a part of a series of the motorcycles launched and unveiled in the 2019 edition of the IBW. How about we give a hashtag to it? Hashtag BIG5IBW. Sounds perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the first motorcycle of the series, the Ktm Duke 390 Adventure. This had been a long time coming. To give you a small history lesson, rumors of the motorcycle went off in 2014 and spy images took everyone by crazy in the year 2016 until 3 years later it was first unveiled in EICMA 2019 and now at the IBW 2019. However, the official launch of this motorcycle will be somewhere in January 2020, so you got to hold your excitement a little bit longer. The first thing that you notice about the Duke 390 Adventure is the sheer size of the motorcycle, although it is based on the same platform as the Duke 390. It gets the same engine, the same frame, but it does look huge for an ADV. The seat height being at 855mm might be a problem for short riders like me, but for someone who has ridden an 850 GS, it won't be that big a problem. The weight of the motorcycle is at 172 kilograms, which might be a bit heavy and bulky, but once you're on the road, you won't feel it. In terms of the engine, it is very similar to the Duke 390, which means it gets a 373cc motor. However, the catch here is that it is BS6 compliant. Still, KTM claims that there is no effect on the power and torque figures, which means that it produces 43.5 PS of power at 9000 RPM and 37 Newton meters of torque at 7000 RPM. KTM also states that the engine is in a different state of tune, which means you get more torque at the lower end, which is able to get you off the dirt track. KTMs are notoriously famous when it comes to electronics, and the Duke 390 Adventure is no different. It gets dual channel ABS, which can be turned on and off, and more importantly, it can be turned off only for the rear wheel, which will be able to give you those power slides to get you off the dirt. The big thing here is that the KTM Duke 390 Adventure also gets an IMU, which means it has cornering ABS, and that's a first in segment. It also gets traction control, and it's not just simple traction control but lean sensitive traction control, which means that it fetches data from the IMU to give you more control over the power delivery. Well, that's a first in segment, first in this class of a motorcycle at this particular price point. Talking about hardware, the Duke 390 Adventure comes with semi-buttoned Metzeler 2-inch tires in India instead of the Continental GT tires showcased at EICMA. It has 100 by 90 19-inch wheels at the front and 130 by 80 17-inch wheels at the rear, both of them being alloy wheels. KTM does say that you can also avail a spoke wheel version of it as a power part option. The suspension travel on the front and the rear is at 170mm and 177mm respectively, which has definitely gone up from that on the Duke 390. Well, the suspension is still not adjustable. KTM says that it affects the rider experience, but my bet to keep the cost in check. However, KTM also does say that you can opt for adjustable suspension as a power part option. The ground clearance at 200mm is not the highest in class compared to the Himalayan. The fuel tank capacity of the Duke 390 Adventure at 14 liters is 1 liter more than the Duke 390, which is going to give you 25 to 30 kilometers more than the Duke 390. Adding to its off-road stance, it has got aluminum foot pegs which are rugged, and it has rubber inserts on them, and once you are off the road you can simply remove those rubber inserts and gain more confidence. Keeping that an ADV also has to tour much, KTM has given a 2-position adjustable windscreen so that you can avoid great amount of wind buffeting and wind blasts at high speeds. Behind the windscreen is a plate which you can remove and put on a GPS mount or a phone mount, which you can get from the accessory catalog of the KTM Duke 390 Adventure, and it also gets a 12-volt charging socket as well. The seat appears to be quite wide, and paired with long and raised handlebars, long hours on the saddle won't be a problem. The price of the Duke 390 Adventure is expected somewhere around 3.3 to 3.4 lakhs on the road, but in my view, it's definitely worth it. So that was all about the KTM Duke 390 Adventure, the first of the BIG5 IBW series. I hope you guys liked the video, and if you do so, then do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel Biker Imperfect. Any guesses what the next motorcycle is going to be on the BIG5 IBW series? Well, for that, stay tuned. Ciao.